I was quite surprised, actually not so much, but caffeine, if it is an excessive amount, it can cause really some problems in your body, in your psyche, in general. It is one story from my practice. It was one small guy, I mean small, young guy who in his college years, he lived quite far from the parents and from his hometown, and he attended the school, and it was such kind of school when that he could have a nice time in the morning, so he had quite good exercises in the morning, 2 hours heavy yoga session for himself. But during the day, he was eating so little, kind of anorexic type of eating, and he was drinking 5 to 6 coffee. Quite, it is some amount of caffeine. When it is not in one dose, this type of 6 coffees, let's say, 6 cups of coffee, then it is not so big problem for one day, for 2 days, for let's say 1 week or 2 weeks. But after a while, it is just using your energies. And since he was exercises quite much, and he was not taking proper food and intaking some vitamins, minerals, fats, and proteins and so on. So he was just his body was lacking all the regeneration, the capacity was lacking of recovery, and after some times he called me, and he called me that yeah, yes, my heart is beating, and I told him that yes, it is good that your heart is beating. So I was funny for the first time, but then he told his story that he has such an extra stories, and he is in fear and completely in kind of panic attack, and then he went to doctor, and he got this beta blockings, and okay, after a while he was good, but then I didn't know for the first side that what is going on, and then we were talking a little bit, discussing how he's what is he doing, and then I realized that he is lacking, he is taking too much caffeine, he is producing such symptoms, and he is not taking enough food for himself, and really it is wasting his energies, and not recovering, not giving some recharge, and so finally he was okay, and my therapy for him, it was that okay, you go home and eating 3 times a day and drinking enough and no caffeine. And he said, yes, maybe 3 coffees, no caffeine, nothing like this. And then he slowly he recovered. He was young, he was 21, but it is, you can imagine such a stress for such a young kid, actually. I mean, young, in somewhere he was young, and he was not properly dealing with his thoughts, and he was not taking care of his body, actually. So this is caffeine, and if you don't, of course, caffeine itself, it is great, and coffee has great stuff, antioxidants inside, and such things. But if you are without brain, you do it, and you are careless with yourself, then it is quite it can be quite serious.